Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to SimTraX Broadcasting. We are coming to you live here with the NSR Series on this fine Saturday night. Yep, it's Super Speedway night as we run into Talladega, everybody's most favorite track out there. Everybody can sling this thing three wide and let her rip. Right now, we are taking a look at Mark Sikosi qualifying in 8th in the number 8 car as he gets out there in this open setup league. Let's go ahead and take a look at Justin Cope, who looks like he should be knocking down his first lap here in the Rusty Wallace paint scheme. Currently sitting in 13th, looking to see if he can get anything when he crosses the line. And we will hold our breath 7th. So go ahead and bump in Sikosi down to 9th. Cody Porter and Johnny Avila are our first guys out there with the sort of speed we've been looking for out there. Most drivers getting over 200 miles an hour. 205 is the top out there for Cody Porter out there in the 38 machine. Now, as we get everybody down there for a driver warm-up, let's go ahead and take a look at the race here tonight here at Talladega. 94 laps is what we've got in store for you guys. If you guys think you can handle these guys out here for 94 laps, there's nothing wrong with you guys applying here to the NSR League. Apply and get out here. It's not that bad, seeing that 100% fuel limit is what these guys have out there. 2 sets of tires will be down there in the pits, Stella. We may see guys change them maybe around lap 36, maybe 70 if it goes green all the way. No fast repairs, of course, so these guys have got to be careful, and you know Talladega always brings the big one. But hopefully it doesn't take out all of our drivers out here tonight in this open setup league. And Stella, you're joining alongside me tonight on this 95-degree track temperature. Everybody pretty excited about that. That 12 miles an hour wind, though, I've got to say, some of these guys are a little bit nervous on that push out of 2.
Well, they may be nervous, but I'll tell you, they're coming off of a 33-degree turn into the tri-oval, which is half that at 60 and a half. I think they're going to be carrying enough speed that that wind isn't going to bother them. Welcome aboard, Jay and Peter. We will be watching out for your questions, comments, and criticisms during tonight's Talladega run.
Yep, well, we're going to hope all goes well out there, as Avila is running in the number 88 machine. Normally you used to see him out there in the UPS. What can Brown do for you? A little bit different here tonight, seeing that it's more of an orange-faced car. Like to see that and the M&M's machine there of Cody Porter. Looking like a little different out there tonight as well, with the pedigree there on the back. So not bad here for our drivers. Open setup league here, Stella. Means a lot of things, and I do want to poke around with it here a little bit as they go ahead and knock down a couple extra laps, lay a few extra lines of rubber out there, and scuff a few of these tires. That way they are ready to go. With this being an open setup league, and I have come to the determination, normally in the Xfinity or Gen 6 or when we move to the next gen, there are 2 items on this track that are locked in that you cannot change per regulations. A lot of times you will see the rear spoiler has to be locked at a 70-degree angle, and you do have to run a certain rear diff pinion where we'll see that somewhere around about that 323 gear ratio. That is not the case in the Gen 4. These guys are going to try to flatten actually those spoilers out to pick up as much speed as possible out there. And with the gear ratio, they may be able to toy around with it a little bit to keep the RPMs a little bit lower, saying that we are looking for speed, not as much torque, and be able to pull out front with more speed, and being able to shrink that rear gear ratio will help with fuel economy. These guys are going to be trying to stretch it as far as possible, but is it going to what do they lose in that sort of situation? Handling. When they head into the turn, that rear end of the car is going to want to step out on them, and a lot of these guys have been making some track bar adjustments to see if they can set that car up for the turn so it is a little more stable, but hard to say to be stable. When we were taking a look there at Johnny Avila and Cody Porter, 215 miles an hour with them both in the draft. So that is going to be huge here tonight. And I've got to say, the next-gen cars nudge the edge of 200. I know back in the 87s, you can get them up around 200 to 225 out of the draft. So, so we're going to hold our breath here and see how well everybody's going to handle tonight. I would say maybe some guys are a little nervous here with an open setup league, as you cannot purchase any sort of any sort of setups with these cars, you do have to come out here and build it. Stella, not a whole lot of things you can really need to change at a super speedway. A lot of guys will adjust some tire pressures out there to help pick up the car and help with that fuel mileage, but you want to squat that car down as close to the ground as possible to let the air go over you instead of under you. Under is a bad thing, and right now you do see Mark Sikosi. As we take a look at that 8, you do see how much that front chin spoiler is off the ground, but watch during the turns. That thing squishes right down to the track, and I guarantee you he has been messing around with a lot of ride height level, which does affect some of the spring rate. So a lot of these guys, this may be good, garbage to you guys who might not understand out there for the guys who are just tuning in and watching here tonight. But I would say, from a driver standpoint and from a crew chief standpoint, a lot of modifications can be made for some speed on these cars. Gen 4s are a little tough to handle out there, seeing it's more based off the ARCA-style car. More of that pointed shovel-nose front end, but that 900 horsepower motor, we're going to open them up tonight.
Yeah, that'll be exciting. I was looking at those speeds and thought maybe I was seeing things. But yep, it's I'm seeing at least the top 5 guys. They're all over 200 miles an hour. That should be exciting for sure.
Yep. Well, as they go ahead and crunch down, drivers getting ready to line up here for the race here tonight for the EA Sports 500 here tonight at Talladega. Everybody's used to seeing the yellow wood out there, but we are throwing it back old school 2004 series as we take a look here an aerial view of our 2.56 mile track. Definitely a long one and the fastest one. I can't wait to see what these guys have in store. There is every possibility of going 3 wide here at this track, Stella. I've even seen 4 wide. Guys definitely trying to slam them into the turns here and squeeze as close as possible. Everybody trying to get a little bit of an edge on each other, and that should be a wild ride. Unfortunately, a little bit smaller of a car count here tonight, so drafting is a must. They do have to stick with each other. There's no way you are going to fall out of the draft and expect to be able to catch back up unless you get a caution out there. So you were going to see everybody out there rubbing bumpers out there, and everybody knows that rubbing is racing.
Yeah, I know that movie. As far as drafting in this style car, how is it for overheating these vehicles?
Well, they will have to pop out occasionally. Every single car that you do get out there does have an overheat issue. They're going to be teetering around that oil temperature, and everybody wants to be really concerned with something that they do have to take into mind, whether that's going to be a problem later on here in the run. Stella, looking at the iRatings out there for our front 2 drivers, there's a reason they are sitting up front. They've got this thing dialed in, and let's go ahead and take a look at what our starting grid will consist of here tonight, as I can't wait to get this one underway. Cody Porter and Johnny Avila will be starting in row number 1. Moving on to Patrick Gettner, who starts in 3rd, and Jacob Kaplan 4th. Now I see the Hot Wheels machine returning back. I think that paint scheme will help him here tonight, as Shane Wielden will be sitting caddy corner of him, sitting in 5th, and Jared Magoon in that number 6 spot. So we'll see if they can get anything with that X-Side machine running up front. Remember, he's only had a certain amount of time here in iRacing and has been showing some signs of success out there with a few top 10s. Moving on to Justin Cope, who sits 7th. Jeremy Queener will be sitting to his outside. Moving on to Mark Sikosi, who got not bumped down to 9th with a fast time there from Justin Cope during qualifying, and Ron Hollifield will be starting in the number 10 spot. Good to see him out there in the 27 Haviland machine, and it looks like the 29 of Andy Reeves will be starting in 11th in the Kevin Harvick car. Right now, we move back to Clint Mata, who's in the number 7 Sim Magic runner here, and our final driver out there in the Hot Tamales car. Right now, he is sitting down there in 13th. Yep, that's it. 13 drivers here for tonight as we go ahead and get ready to get this one underway. Can't wait to see how well this is going to go and if everybody's going to be able to stay calm. A lot of laps, a little bit of cars. Everybody's got to take their time and get to the front, but how soon do you want to be in the front? Normally, they say that is the hot spot. Everybody not wanting to get up front too soon, and that is the losing spot, so we'll see how it goes. Jason Crumley, green flag is out, and away we go. looks like Peter out there in the chat is rooting on Wielden right now, currently sitting in 5th. Can't miss him out there in the 43 STP car. Right now already a separation with a front 4 getting a good chunk away. Right now definitely don't want that 43 slipping away. Might be hanging back just a bit. There's going to be a little bit of an opening here. Vacuum up to the back side here of Cody Porter. 43's got an opportunity to run his race and get up there. Right now leading the outside lane is going to be Jacob Kaplan. Now it's going to be Cody Porter. Porter goes out to the side. He does help the 44 pick up the pace. Here we go. First time, 3 wide at the line.
That did not take long at all.
Absolutely not. I believe Cody Porter's going to be marching back here as no help from the dead center here of the car. Or the lanes here. There we go. 27 of Ron Hollyfield's willing to take it up. 27 machine looking a little loose, though, as he started from the back. We look inside his car. Trying to see. This is Cody Porter currently sitting on the inside of Kaplan, who's on the outside. Right now we are taking a look at the number 2 at Justin Cope there. Good, steady wheel. Nice. Coming out of 4. Worked out very well. 43 is solid. All right, now look how Cody Porter is able to drum up some speed with some help from behind. The 27 machine of Ron Hollyfield starting in 10th, now up to 3rd.
Nicely done.
Yep. Great job here so far. Already some trouble from 2 drivers, Patrick Gettner and Jeremy Queener. These guys have got to get caught up here, or they're getting ready to lose the draft. Already 2 seconds off pace, and they may have lost it here. Jared Magoon just barely hanging on, though. All right, checking out there in the chat. Looks like Ms. Kaplan is out there rooting on Jacob, currently sitting in 6th. And I would say, even if your driver does drop down to the bottom of the pack, do not mark him off. We got plenty of drivers out here that have the opportunity to fight their way up there. If you don't believe me, check back in the 2000 race there with Dale Earnhardt. 18th to the win, 5 laps.
I can do you one better.
Oh, yeah?
How about 1985? Bill Elliott came from 2 laps down under green to win the Winston 500.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not bad. Must have had, did he have any caution? Oh, well, no caution. That was under green. Or pit stops involved. Yeah, throw that wrench in there.
Your wrench is better than my wrench.
All right, taking a look back here at Jared Magoon. Right now running the fastest lap here of the night. Looks like he sucks up to the back of the field. 47.90 by him. Hit 215 miles an hour. Only driver to do faster than that is Shane Wielden, who did 220. Right now, these guys are blazing fast. This is right when the restrictor plates had already gotten onto the car. And I guarantee you that everybody's questioning out there in the NASCAR is wondering, man, we put restrictor plates and they're still doing this kind of speed. Normally the restrictor plates were meant to slow these guys down so it was a little safer. They said the car or the track may be able to handle that kind of a stop along the wall, but the body can't handle it. Guys will end up getting hurt out there.
And they've even done some testing and whatnot with the little flaps that pop up on the roof and whatnot. And anything over 190 miles an hour, they're pretty much useless. You know, it'll help in a normal crash, but when these guys are going this fast, those little pop-up flaps don't really minimize your flipping and bouncing around.
Right. Right. All right. Looks like our first chunk here is starting to spread apart yet again. I'm afraid Jason Crumley, if he doesn't snug in here, he's going to lose it just the way Patrick Gettner and Jeremy Queener did. Right now, they are 6.5 seconds off here. I guarantee they may be hanging their heads. With few drivers, there may be no chance out there of catching back up. Jacob Kaplan currently running a 47.93. Man, this guy's rolling. Right now, the 44 machine looking to see if he can catch up here. Right now, he wants to make a push. Notice how that 27 car is starting to use the shovel nose to push Justin Cope out into the lead. It doesn't last long. Avila moving down on the bottom. And currently being pushed there by Cody Porter. These guys started in the front row. They worked together during practice. They worked together during the warm-up. they're going to continue.
Yeah, looks like Hollyfield is doing a pretty good job there of pushing Justin Cope, I must admit.
Yeah,
Little push, lets off in the corner, little push.
Yeah, if I were Cope, I'd still be a little bit nervous, though, seeing how he swipes coming off a 4 there. It does make it a little nerve-wracking outside, where Jason Crumley is falling off here. Take a look back.
Is that who just went up high?
This is currently Avila looking back at Cody Porter. See the M&M's machine. Watch how close he gets. Doink.
I could test the temperature. It is radiator.
Yep. Definitely keeping
hey,
it
we
close.
got somebody else out there, Jeff. Jeff is in here, rooting on Shane Wielden also. He's getting a proper little club.
Yep. So Justin Cope does fall way off pace here as he rolls way back. Here's a little nudge again. Avila getting pushed out front. And Peter even saying it looks like they might get loose. Yes, they are going to start loosening up here. Track, we were taking a look out there at the rubber buildup, somewhere over 50%. This track did leave some rubber left out there. Of course, the track preppers out there with the blowers and the jet engines out there going ahead and smoothing out the track, getting all the marbles off the track before they get running. All right, here's our chunk of cars. Right now, Avila getting a fender on him. Right now, looking to see if the 27 is going to give one last push to Cope before they head into turn 3. Does not look like it. Sikosi, right now, I would say he's in the hot spot here. Little room to the inside. He has an opportunity. Andy Reeves is going to close the gap on the bottom line. Reeves starting to pick up pace. 197 for him. Very interesting to see Jason Crumley popping out to the side the way he is. Riding this third and top lane here.
Now, would that be tire saving or temperature saving?
Well, fuel economy-wise, that is probably the worst thing that he can do right now because he's having to fight harder to stay caught up to this field. Look at this. We are starting to get 3 wide again. Look at this. Avila caught in the middle. Porter up to the front. Cope rolling back on the outside. Looks like Cope and Sikosi finally going to meet up. As right now, Cope, Sikosi, and Queen are currently running in the same chat out there in their radios. 43 getting a little wiggly there. Shane Wielden right now, he's trying to hold it down there on the bottom. Now, Stella, it's pretty tough to see guys run on the bottom of the track. Most of the time when you see back during this date of these cars running, they did still rotate up to the back stretch there, but that is not going to happen. Here comes Cope. Cope on the outside. Let's see if we can get that copter cam here all the way from the back. Look at this. Ooh, hit to the wall. That is Jacob Kaplan.
Ouch,
Yep.
Yes.
Got in a little bit of that vacuum and loosened that car up. So that 44 machine might be in some trouble here. Hopefully there's no aerodynamic damage. It is a critical here to have your car at 100% condition. If he does come down into pits, I'm sure his pit crew will take a look at that 44 car.
Oof.
And double check out there. Wood Dog rooting on the 2 and the 8. Well, you got him. Currently sitting in that outside line.
Look at Hollyfield up there behind Johnny Avila now.
Yeah, I think that's the only thing keeping Avila alive out there. Right now, he should have been shuffling back the same way that Cody Porter did, but Porter was able to find a groove. Look at this, 3 wide here, heading into 3. Ooh, Avila, back end starting to let go. You see that?
Yes.
All right, Avila's starting to feel the pressure now as the 27's getting closer and loosening them up. Cope and Sikosi not giving up. On the outside line, Kaplan may be in a strong line here. Outside line normally is the line to beat.
Yeah, but when they're the shortest line out there, they are running a bit of a disadvantage. That bottom line has at least 5 drivers.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised to see so few lead changes here. Only a couple of drivers do have the lead. Cope now has it.
Yeah, lead changes, Talladega Talladega actually holds the all-time record for lead changes. 1984, they had 75, but they finally broke it in 1984 with a total, excuse me, in 2011 they broke the 1984 record. Want to take a guess?
I thought it was somewhere in the 90s.
How many lead changes? 88. You were darn close.
Oh, 27 Ron Hollifield getting loose. Sikosi almost able to reach out there and touch his car. Right now, drivers, when you talk to them about Talladega, what they enjoy most about this track is they say when you're in the car, you just run on the ragged edge. You have no idea what's happening next. Are you going to be the next one involved in a caution? Are you going to be available for your teammate when you're out there? Is there going to be a gap if you start to get a little bit loose? Does the car handle if somebody has a tire go down? So he said you're pretty much at the mercy of the car. And you'll have to see if that's going to be, if you're going to be that guy tonight, or are you going to make it to the end? I would say there, with such a simple track, as wide as it is, as much speed as there is, and the options that you have when racing out here, the room for error unfortunately grows. Yeah, guys just say with the amount of speed, you just don't have the amount of reaction time that you need to get out of a situation or to pilot your car in the right direction to get your way back up to the front if you had a really crummy lap. So a lot of guys just say, does it bore them maybe play and follow the leader? Not really. I think Jacob Kaplan right now is dropping down to the 10th spot. I think he's sitting back here just kind of waiting this one out. I don't know if he really wants to be up there in the mix as we hop on top of Jacob Kaplan's car looking forward. He noticed he's not really pushing the issue. He was top 5 there for a moment, and it's nothing to say why he's dropped back. I think he's playing it safe right now, that if he does see something happen, which we're seeing Ron Hollifield popping to the outside here, and we're getting ready to create a 3 wide yet again as they had gotten back double file. Look at the amount of speed the center lane's able to get when that opened up.
Yeah, well, Jacob Kaplan coming in as that third wheel in racing is actually a good thing because you can really get a much better draft with that third car plus. 2 is good, 3 is better.
Yep. Well, right now, everybody says only the second driver is to do the pushing. I beg to differ. If I were Jacob Kaplan, a nice little nudge there to back of Sikosi. When Sikosi makes contact with Cope, Kaplan will nudge the back of Sikosi and push Sikosi back into Cope again. Now, yeah, do they need to be ready for it? 100%, but they'll definitely figure it out. 27 into the wall.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to knock Hollifield off pace here.
For a good long distance.
And hopefully these two are not getting separated here, as right now Hollifield is going to have to make up some ground. Right now, less than a half a second behind, but that could be critical. Right now, Jared Magoon is actually pulling away from them.
Jason Crumley needs to get up there and get right up under his bumper. And
help nudge them both up there.
Yeah, help both of them to get up.
Yeah, because right now Hollifield is teetering on the edge of that turbulent wind here and trying to fight to get back up there. And he's got it. Okay, now he's back in the draft. Watch what kind of speed this guy can get. We are over 200 miles an hour here on top of Ron Hollifield's car.
Let's take a look at where our two gentlemen in the back, Patrick Gentner and Jeremy Queener. Can we see where they are on the race loop? Oh my.
Yes, they are 25 seconds off pace, and it's only growing.
Okay. Yeah, either a caution or...
it's going to be a caution.
That's about it.
Yep. Yeah. Caution's going to be the only thing that gets them out there.
Yeah, I was trying to look for some other options, but it wasn't happening.
Yeah, the best thing they can do is kind of nose to tail here and just try to lessen the damage as the race goes on. Maybe something will happen. Maybe a caution will happen, but they've got to think fuel mileage because now with only the two of them, they are sucking down that octane fuel, and it is not going to last forever.
Yeah, I guess the worst thing at this point is them having to come in first. You know, green flag or something like that.
Yeah, that's why I was saying it was critical that they got to stay out there. All right, let's take a look as Cope regains the lead. Sikosi sits right behind him, and Kaplan joining the fun here in the center. But look who's on the outside line. I do like pointing out Jason Crumley sitting currently right behind Johnny Avila. 83 gets a little loose. No. Right now, it looks like Avila going to go to his lowest spot here on the track that he's had all night. Currently sitting 8th as Clint Mata works around him. And Mata getting out in front.
Yeah, he's got to either get Crumley up behind him a whole lot closer. He's going to have to come down the track and attempt to door draft Clint Mata so he can stay up in the back.
Yeah, as much movement as you see around out there, it's tough to door draft as we take a look kind of overhead at the amount of wiggling that we do see out of these drivers. Look at that. Yeah, it's hard to door draft when you don't know if you can trust the guy to the bottom side.
Touche.
All right, would like to appreciate you guys joining us here for the EA Sports 500. 20 laps complete here at Talladega. SimTraX Broadcasting bringing to you live here with the NSR Series on Saturday night. Guys, if you want to join up here to the NSR Series, and ladies, if you think you can handle it here with these racers out here, this should be a solid season. A little bit of a low car count here with our super speedway drivers. I think everybody's either looking for a road course or going back to those mile-and-a-half cookie cutters out there to send these Gen 4s over the edge. We love seeing how they race. A lot of guys are choosing the Gen 4 cars as they are definitely coming up with something. Look at Crumley. Crumley getting blocked out there by Avila. Yeah, Avila wants back to the front. Now, he's one of those pass me but no pass me.
Yep.
So the 83.
Okay.
Well, he's not letting them on by, and right now, watch the 83. Oh, this will be perfect. Great camera angle here. Watch the 83 be able to grab the back of the draft of the 99, and watch what it does to Avila.
Oh,
Leaves him in the dust. Cody Porter marching out, and I guarantee you 110% what that's about. That's going back there and grabbing his buddy in the 88.
No kidding.
Yeah, 100%. So Cody Porter going to march back here to the 88 machine. I guarantee you what they'll do is sit back here just a little bit. And I've seen this before. Guys will hang out there, wait to reel them in, and then sling past. Avila's got to give a nudge.
That's really knowing your capabilities if you're willing to give up, eight spots to go back and get somebody at the end and bring them back up with you.
Yeah, we saw that with the Racing Revolution, though, when Nick Alves went back to save a teammate. Actually cost them the race. They ended up wrecking around position 15 and ended up taking the back half of the field out there because they were unable to hold it. Look at Cody Porter and Avila. Look at the block.
Oh.
Yeah, Cody Porter not happy right now as the 83 of Jason Crumley gets hammered. So a huge run, and that's exactly what they were looking for. Avila and Cody Porter were working on getting up there, and the 83 of Jason Crumley did exactly what the 88 did not but a couple laps ago. He wanted to rotate to the top and get some speed out there, but man, fortunately it looks like no damage to the front of Cody Porter here, so that's going to definitely bring in some trouble. All right, let's watch this run again as I think Cody Porter and Avila are setting it up once more. Let's see if we can get more of a top view copter cam. Look at what this outside lane. Kaplan.
Oh,
he's going to serve the same thing.
Does it? Yes.
Well, Cody Porter not happy that everybody seems to be blocking them out. Kaplan's going to hang out there. This will give Cody Porter a chance, marching Hollifield to the back. And right now, Crumley is falling off the table.
That technically, I mean, there's no rule against that, right?
No.
Okay.
Avila into the wall. All right, so we got a little stuff happening out here. Guys trying a couple different lines. As they move their way on through, Cody Porter can't understand why everybody keeps jumping out in front of him. And I think some of these guys in the back would like to have an opportunity to get up to the front.
Well, I think maybe the fact that Cody Porter is almost always in the front, this is their only chance they have of beating, is to keep him back there.
Look at Porter drop back again to grab his teammate. That's something. That's something. Being able
I'm
to go
kind
back
of
there
curious whether Avila is going to take the lead this time.
Yeah, that they are. Let's take a look. Right now, these two are about off by half a second from Crumley, and that's where it starts to happen. Do they have enough?
Not good.
No, it's not. Normally at half a second is normally death. Now up to 0.6. They may be losing it here. But remember, they had been drafting each other during practice, so they may have something worked out where they know how to push around the turns. We'll see if it does cost them, though. Now up to 0.7 seconds. They are steadily growing. Oh, yeah, here they come. Right now doing about 4 miles an hour faster than the rest of the field here. Looked like somebody figured out the turbo boost or started pouring out some of the BBs from the roll cage.
Yeah, I was going to say, look at Hollyfield, though. Why didn't he tuck in? He couldn't get enough speed run?
Let's see, here we go. Top view. Take another look here.
Loose.
That's exactly what they wanted to see. There's the opening. Watch Avila. Cody Porter will get up real close and give him a nudge here. That'll get these two out front yet again. Outside line. Cody Porter got to get off the wall.
Look at him go.
The 43 of Shane Wheeldon marching back as he sees the outside two lines starting to take off from him. Cody Porter having to let way off. That's going to unfortunately drop Avila back again, as he has no assistance.
Oh, what is... I'm sorry, I saw them coming down on the apron a little bit. Wondered what was going on there.
Yep. Just a little scrub there on the bottom.
Tell you, Sikosi and Cope are looking really good.
Oh yeah, they're up front right now. Watch Avila to get the run here, as they are now separated by Ron Hollifield, who's currently sitting in the middle of them on the outside line. Here they come down the backstretch. Look at the speed on the outside line.
Oh, wow. Oh, my heavens. Porter just saw his life flash before his eyes, though, as Hollifield was losing some serious traction in the back end. I'll tell you, though, Shane Wheeldon is wheeling it around this track right now. He is out in front in smooth, clean air like everybody wants, and is doing really well, with Andy Reeves kind of giving him a little push now and then when he needs it.
Yep, was going to give a round of applause out there to Johnny Avila for sticking to the outside lane and not letting any of his guys fall back. But he does determine, hey, with everybody, with Hollifield getting loose there, the best thing he could do was slide down one angle, one lane, and then wait for them to regain traction, get some speed back up, and then rotate back out there and help pull them around again. We're still 3 wide. Right now, Andy Reeves has got that front bumper buried into Shane Wheeldon's.
Yeah, I think they want out of there.
Right
now. This is old. These are 30-lap tires. We're looking at the fuel window coming up.
Yep.
And if somebody in the outside wants to go down pit lane and they're not in the same radio chatter, that could be a disaster waiting to happen.
Yep. Well, oddly enough, we want to kind of throw something else out there and talk about something wild. Right now, these are our guys who are off pace. And we are getting ready to run into some lap traffic here. This is currently looking back to see the pile.
Oh, I do.
Right now, they are scrambling, hoping pit stops happen sooner than later. Right now, current speed run by those two gentlemen are 190 miles an hour. These guys are doing 10 miles an hour faster than that and more.
Well, that won't take long for them to catch up then.
No, it will not. Sitting along with Jared Magoon here as he sits right in the center. You see how lapped cars at the top of the windshield.
Yes. These guys have got to be planning at this point. Are they going to go high? Are they going to go low? Are they going to ask the fellas, to cut in one direction or another? Again, not knowing who has communications with whom.
Yeah, I've been in both situations. The one we're sitting in now when the guys are lapped down multiple times, and you can actually hear the roar of the cars behind you as they catch up.
Really?
And it will shake you to the core. Patrick Gettner coming on down. That is going to change everything here as Jeremy Queener is now left alone. Drops down to 185 and even less. That is not good. So here they come. Let's see what happens. Stella's 2 cars may be hard to judge, but I expect Queener to drop below the yellow line here and get out of the way. He is.
And
good
he
job.
does. Wow.
All right. Well, I've got to say here, Stella, right now.
Stop it.
Right now, that is the best situation that could have happened here. So we have crisis averted.
And for some reason, I'm looking at Patrick Gettner at down in the pit box for over 30 seconds.
Yeah, I'm hoping he's not having engine trouble out there. Remember, he was out there for quite a while with Jeremy Queener, and Queener falling off pace again. Yeah, I was hoping he was going to be able to grab a hold of the back end of this pile here. Looks like he's going to be driving by himself yet again. All right, so Patrick Gettner, what we thought were going to kind of give us a hint to that fuel window is opening. He had been out front for most of that time. I think without him and Queener switching occasionally, it may have run him out of gas.
Yeah, came down lap 31, it says here, and spent 55 seconds in the pit box. I mean, that's a heck of a long time. Oh.
He sped in.
Maybe he sped in.
Yep.
Oh, that hurts.
Oh, what is Cody Porter doing? Cody Porter starting to wag the tail here a little bit.
Counting his lucky stars?
I don't know. That didn't look good.
Yeah, we've had a couple fellas already that were getting a little loose in the back, and when somebody is 3 inches off your bumper, that's not a great thing.
No. Justin Cope, no help here on the outside. I think Sakosi's trying to reach him. He says, nope, I can't help you, buddy. Sorry. So Cope's starting to fall off. And something tells me, yeah, everybody's starting to set up for some pit road. I think everybody might get single file here on that inside line. That may be what they're trying to do is start lining themselves up here. Seeing they're going to go one more lap. Now you want to catch up and get close to everybody. Don't knock Cope out. Cope will be able to catch right back up. There's nothing stopping him. Moving up to Jared Magoon, who's sitting now 6th. Only him and Johnny Avila will still remain in their qualifying positions. As I say that, Avila gets pushed to the lead by Sakosi. Bunch of times we've seen the 43 machine leading races, not just Shane Wheeldon, but Richard Petty. Getting out front, and the STP machine is going to take us to the front, and no pitting yet. At 36, I have our fuel window opening here in the last 2 laps. Right now, everybody's still marching on down. Looks like pit road is starting to get busy. Tires getting set up on the side of the wall there. They'll be coming down here in a few laps. All right, 43 machine starting to get out of line. Give it to Andy Reeves for sticking it out here. He's been up front most of the night. Oh, cut down. Avila cuts off that inside line. That's going to throw a huge amount of fresh air to the front end of Mark Sakosi, which almost hits the brakes on him here.
Yes. I was wondering if it was planned or did he just kind of leave him hanging out there?
Yeah, pretty tough as that moves Sakosi down to 3rd. Currently, Sakosi running at 200 miles an hour heading into turn number 1. Stellar, our fall off is really not that bad. Looking at Avila running his best time of a 48.04. His last time was a 48.3.
Yeah.
So these guys are still rolling. Welcome to moving back to the 10.5-inch tires.
So with 100% fuel limit, what does that exactly mean as far as their distances? I mean, because we see a lot of leagues do 60% or 70%, and this is 100% fuel.
Yes, but depending whether you're in or out of the draft. Sitting here with Patrick Gettner going another lap down. Oh, Magoon. Oh, we got a caution. Here it comes.
Oh, gosh, diggity. No fast repairs. Did anybody get out of that alive?
Cody Porter heavily damaged. 99 at Jared Magoon. Blown engine.
Oh.
Kaplan got mangled up here pretty good. We were sitting on the side of Patrick Gettner's car as it gets mashed up here. Ron Holifield, he's damaged. Look at the front end jacked up on his car. Jason Crumley, mangled.
Wow.
I think the 88 may have been the only one who survived out of this. Checking back, Shane Wheeldon with some front nose damage.
Oh, did he also? Because I was going to say, he's the only one that's even close to him. He's just under a second. The rest of them are 3 seconds all the way back to... Oh, geez. Let's look at Mark Sikosi, because he is way back. Oh, Lord.
Not seeing any smoke coming out underneath that car. They may be able to try to piece this thing back together. But he is heavily damaged here. And he has to come down pits sooner than later. Otherwise, he'll end up with an overheat and launch this thing.
Ooh. Wow. So, now comes our fun opportunity of seeing what caused all this mayhem.
Dude. All right. Checking back in. Let's see how it looks. Okay. Pass and lapped car. Oh, Sikosi coming down into the 43.
Ooh.
See Cody Porter's car go up on the lid there for a moment.
Oh, yeah. I saw the underside of at least 3 or 4 of them. All right. Everybody coming down into the pits except... Ah, there he goes. Yep.
You see to the left of our screen here. Boink.
Oh, there it is. That's why Shane Wheeldon's nose was damaged, but that was it.
Look at that. 6 cars right there. Boom.
Now, our lapped car that was up against the wall, did he get out?
Yes. Yes,
Unscathed?
Sikosi actually went over top of him.
Oh, my goodness. Like Peter. Oops.
All right. I think we have about a minute and a half per caution lap here. So we do have an opportunity to take a couple different looks at this. Now, Stella, what ends up happening is Avila comes down. You see how he's moving down to the bottom? When that ended up happening, this gives the 43 a chance to pick up pace right there, which ends up pulling the 43 forward. Sikosi was clear until the 43 had... I'm not saying the 43 should have let off the gas as the 8 was coming down, but it was their move was not aggressive enough moving to the bottom.
My goodness gracious, it looks like a 3-year-old with a set of Hot Wheels. Grabbing them all in a ball and throwing them in the air.
Only our top 4 drivers returned back to the track here. Right now, Andy Reeves on back. They're still pitting. Right now, Reeves looks like they get that front nose pulled out. Cody Porter, we'll see if he's able to return. At least not with a blown engine. He's got time. Stella, fortunately, with only running about a 70-mile pace lap, these guys will have some opportunities to get these cars fixed up. Cody Porter re-emerging. Out he goes. Cope, he dealt with minimal damage. Back out. Sikosi. Yes.
I am impressed. Oh, that's ugly.
Well, notice the pace car in the rear. So to keep from going the lap down, they're going to try to work and tear around this track.
And then jump back into pits.
Oh!
Oh, he just blew it. He just blew the engine.
Yep. That's it. He tried.
Man.
Just overheated it.
Yep. Like you said, he got to get that fixed or... Oh, wow.
Yep.
Yeah, he had to tow.
Sikosi's down and out.
Able to pull the broadcast up. Nice. Welcome. Devin's out there running in real life.
Yep. Hopefully the 27 of Ron Hollifield is able to fit in here somewhere. Sometimes these guys are black flagged for passing the pace car. Hopefully he's not out there too long. Looks like it finally gives him a direction where he needs to be. Car's double stacking out there. 3 drivers down and out. Sikosi, Crumley, and Jared Magoon.
Wow. And Jared having the fastest lap. Yeah.
All right, Wood Dog out there. Obviously, we found who that is. Brian Wiggins, that is. All right. A lot of drivers with a lot of damage here. Clint Mata, I see him having some trouble. We're seeing that aerodynamic damage is going to play into this one. And Cody Porter as well. Tons of damaged cars. We're going to see if this is keep going.
Yeah. The front end of Cody, I'm a little worried he's going to have a Sikosi issue in a minute.
Yep. It is definitely a possibility. So if you're also thinking the drivers who are behind him have to watch for a giant puff of smoke. If they do see it blow, is not getting in the oil slick or anything like that. So we'll see as they work on around him. And their aerodynamic damage definitely showing its face. Porter trying to, he's got this thing to the floor. Trying to get it going. 178 is as fast as he can get her going.
Darn.
Yep, that's it. Porter's going to be way out of pace here. Clint Mata as well.
Yeah,
Boy,
maybe the two of them can at least, team up and try to keep with the pack.
Right. Well, unfortunately, hopefully, this does not end up a single file racing to the end, seeing we've just barely gotten our halfway point. Pretty tough here. Kaplan does have the lead, though. One of his fans, currently from Florida. Stella, I don't know if you noticed out there in the chat the widespread that we are getting here. I appreciate you, Peter, out there saying we're doing a great job. Yeah, I know. We try to give it to you the best we can. 35 drivers definitely makes this thing a brawl. Unfortunately, only starting with 13 here tonight. 2 drivers still hanging out down in pit as Jared Magoon is mobile again.
Really?
The 99 has fired her back up.
Excellent.
Yeah, I'm hoping he's not going to end up with a Cody Porter issue here. He is way off pace. And that thing is right now running 127 miles an hour. He's better off just bringing it back in.
Jason Crumley is rolling. 2.
Yep. Crumley gets her going again. Yeah, a little bit of an extended time. And Stella, when you're kind of mangled like that, the best the best thing you could do is
Yeah.
kind of hang out in pit, just kind of take the L, get your car fixed, and come back out here, and then you can kind of play around with the guys at the rest of the race.
But this league gives you points if you complete, gives you a bonus point if you complete half the race.
Oh, yeah, of course. I just would not want to be
So,
out there running 40 miles an hour slower than everybody else.
yeah.
You know what I mean? You're just not competitive at that point, and you actually end up, maybe having an issue. We saw when they were passing that lapped car, the 99 there of Magoon moving up to the top, and what ended up happening is that was the door draft of it sucking him up toward the wall when Sikosi and Avila left that middle lane. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you can't blame him. It hits that front nose and pushes it up the track. So there was nothing wrong with that maneuver. It just kind of made everybody pucker a little bit. But then just hitting that aerodynamic bubble started pulling the inside lane in. But you see how small of a mistake has destroyed 6 cars out here.
Yes. I mean, tiniest little nudge. You're reading out in the chat there. Devin writes, "She lives." um, so gives me a little bit of a chuckle. Whoop, back down there, get a little bit more done for Jason Crumley.
Yep. Yeah, probably no tires. Go ahead and get her back out. So speaking of some of our pit stops out there, looks like a pit lane time of over a minute there for Jacob Kaplan. And good choice, as it has moved him and helped him get to the front here. He was in a little bit of that tangle up as well. Like I said, there were only a couple of drivers who were not touched during the race here. Now see Patrick Gettner, he's getting it now. Consider that, he may be a lap down or so. Whoop, there's Magoon. That these guys are, he's able to help run up here in the pack. 45 is a little bit loose though. Remember, this is the driver that had Sikosi fly over top of the hood, or the roof.
Yes. Yeah,
Oh,
that was
43, hang in there.
Shane.
Yeah. Now, what ends up happening is that air is going right over top of the 43 and over top of the 29. So Shane Wheeldon in the loosest spot as Avila is on the outside. So he's got door draft and everything else and everything. So he is way loose. He's the most free car out there. He's just trying to hold on to her.
Nice. Now, how can some of these guys with this weird front end damage help themselves? I mean, I'm assuming it would be better for them to be behind another car so it doesn't take too much into consideration how it ripples over them. Is there anything else that would help them out?
Not really. Any kind of damage that's actually slowing the driver down and moving it. So
They just left Avila out in the cold.
Yep. All right. Yep. And I do want to go ahead and chime in as well out there on our chat before it's too late. Good luck out there, Devin Lockridge. Hopefully we'll see how you can do out there on the real life race. And right now we've got a couple of drivers getting loose out here, 44 and the 43. Looks like times for them were extended down pit road, so I'm assuming 4 tires of fuel for these guys as we reach here on lap number 50. Everybody here getting some extra points. Jared Magoon is going to be one of them out there. Right now he's currently finishing up lap number 44. And I think he's just trying to tick off a few more laps out there. I don't blame him.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll be good. Make sure you post some pictures up in the Discord. I want to see how you do and what you're doing it with. Shane. Kind of early for, squishy. I mean, I've seen them come out of the pit and do a 360 because their tires are cold, but we're looking at a decent 95-degree track. Enough is under them now as far as, that's 10 laps. They should be warmed up, right?
Car on the outside, that is Crumley. still down pits. Last 9 minutes. I think he's going to be looking at another 25 at least to get a motor in there.
We have actually seen somebody with a blown motor come back out.
Yes.
Definitely not in contention, but we have seen them come back out on the track. Well, those pit crews are pretty impressive.
Yeah, so we'll wheel it back there to the garage to get a motor in it. The body guys are getting all ready to work on that to help try to pull some of those fenders out of there. We're going to yank them off and let them rip. As Cope and as we pass Cody Porter. Right now that is on top of Justin Cope's car. He's currently sitting behind Avila. Avila wants back in the lead. Laps here. Right now Kaplan probably enjoying his time up front. This is definitely probably exciting for him here in the Hot Wheels machine. The 88 starting to charge here on the outside. Shove there for Shane. Notice how that stops the charge from the 88. Just enough. Good job. Well, Ashley out there rooting on all our 40 series drivers. Shane Wielden, Jacob Kaplan, and Patrick Gettner. Currently, I believe, all running here in the same line with respects to Andy Reeves, caught there in the center of them. Yeah, look at that outside line. Just naturally more speed coming around that outside.
Can we see a cockpit view of Shane Wielden as he's driving? I'm kind of curious how bad he's fighting that steering wheel.
He shouldn't be. His car's just getting loose out there. Every time he gives a little shove, it just gives a little wiggle.
Okay. Just didn't know whether he had to try to compensate for wagging tail.
See how Kaplan moves to the side. A little fresh air to the nose there. Shane Wielden, and that's what it's going to do. They're wiggling around a little bit.
Huh.
Taking a peek kind of underneath the left, right about where that line is his oil temperature there on the left side. Looks like he's okay on temperature though. And then right above his right hand should be the coolant temp. Yeah, normally that thing runs at the 3 o'clock position, you're in trouble.
That's when you better be out front again for that more fresh air.
Yep. Guys, don't forget, there's no better time than now to register here with the national, for the NSR League out here, the Gen 4 League. These guys definitely having a great time out here. We are here at Talladega. Stella, is this our last race here of the regular season, running the EA Sports 500?
Yes, it is.
All right, so
yes,
where are we next week?
We are going to Chicagoland Speedway.
Chicagoland. All right, so we're going to head down to a shutdown track that iRacing is able to keep alive out there.
For the Tropicana 400, 133 laps, and it'll be a night race.
I got a feeling that's going to be rather cold. We'll see if everybody can hang on to that track. Only had one caution here so far, back on lap number 39. That caused some trouble, and then Mark Sikosi was able to get to lap 41 before the engine let go. All right, notice how the 43 does back it up. Gets a little shove here from Andy Reeves. That's going to get that inside line rolling yet again. Check out who's in the back here of outside row. That is Cody Porter. Porter, I guarantee, is still down a ton of laps, but I guarantee he is still willing to go out there and help a teammate.
He's working it.
Yeah, I was going to say, if he can. If he can. I believe they are catching up to Jason Crumley here. Would like to be able to grab the back end of this field. Crumley currently down 9 laps here. Porter down 8. And I believe Clint Mata has rejoined back down into pit road. Number 7's in trouble. 3 minutes in the box.
Okay,
well, these guys wobble all over the track here, and they are...
yes.
Yeah. Right now, look at Kaplan way out front.
All right, hot tamale, stomp on it. Nope, they're going to leave him.
Yep. Oddly enough, the thing to do for him would be to snug down to the middle lane. It does crunch up the leaders here, which kind of messes them up pretty bad and can cause trouble. But that's the best thing you can do is try to grab a hold of door draft. Stella, when you have a 30-car field on the outside, it is a lot easier to grab the door draft from 15 cars that are riding on the outside lane than trying to grab hold of 4.
Okay.
So as they're slinging past you, you're able to grab the door draft of each car that's passing you, start picking up pace, and then slide in behind the last car, grab a hold of the full draft from the guys in front of you, and that'll help you catch up. With only being able to grab 4, they sling past them in a matter of less than half a second, and they're gone.
Yeah, he did not. All I could think of was kind of like surfing, you know. You get up some good speed, you know, and then hop the wave, and there was no speed to be able to even come up on that draft wave.
Yeah, well, even Crumley's top speed right now is only 170 miles an hour, which is about 30 miles an hour slower than everybody else out there. So right now I feel bad for the 83 here. He just can't get that thing rolling fast enough. I'm wondering if he's got an underlying problem with that car and not just the draft, if he's got something else going on. And that is the reason he can't get up to, you know, let's say 180 miles an hour and then had more and more of an opportunity.
Yeah, he may still be battling, you know, something that he's kind of hoping that he'll either keep up with him or make a caution and he can go down and get a little more fixed.
Yeah, normally a fallback like that does end up somewhere of an alignment problem where it may have knocked the wheel out of center here, as his hood and his front bumper all look solid here from our view.
It does. Especially compared to some of the other fellas running.
All right, Peter out there saying he watches this the broadcast each and every week. Awesome, dude. Love to see it. Appreciate you subscribing here to the channel. As Stella, if I'm not mistaken, last time I looked, we have broken over 850 subscribers here so far.
That is true. I was just going to say, it looks like we've got 852 now. Thank you very much.
Beautiful. All right, check out who's getting in the lead here. Ron Hollifield. Jacob Kaplan losing the lead here after about 20 out front. So watch for the 43 to start getting nervous here with Andy Reeves starting to shove from behind. Remember I said Cody Porter will not give up on a teammate. He's following behind the 88 now.
He is.
No, I'm kind of questioning where'd Justin Cope go? Here he is. Looks like Clinton Mata is mobile again after 4 minutes down in the box.
I believe Justin Cope is the last one on the lead lap.
Yes, he is. Right now, he's teetering on the edge of not having that. Start catching up here. Here he comes. Look at the speed. Yeah, right now he is rolling now. You start getting over that 200 mark, that's where our speedometer starts freaking out. And it's actually questioning if that's actually happening.
Yeah, it is.
His top speed all night here tonight has been 216. This is his fastest speed he's run tonight. Here comes up on Mata.
Whoa.
Up Mata outside line and gone. All right, Cope back to the outside line, pushing Hollifield to the front. Leading off some of that speed as he's sitting in sixth. All right, looks like if these drivers keep rolling here, we are getting somebody's about to end up having a lap here, if I'm not mistaken. It's not Clint Mata. I think it's Jason Crumley we're getting ready to catch up on here. Yep, there he is. Yeah, trying to catch him pretty fast here. Let's see if we can ride the shotgun mark here with Hollifield. These guys are hitting 200, and right now that is 167 there on the outside. Boom. Oh.
Yeah. So if you guys ever do one of those Richard Petty experiences type of thing, I think they'll take you 160 miles an hour around the track. That's kind of what it looks like, what you just saw. As the wall comes up really fast. And some people can and some people cannot handle that. Oh, no. Ouch. That might have done a little rearrangement to the rear end of his car.
Yep. Queener having some trouble here. All right, now one more caution to put him on the lead lap. That would try to drum up Mark Sikosi's team. Having one more person on the lead lap. The only other one is Justin Cope in their trio out there. Now Queener's had some trouble here early in the race. Fell off pace there with Patrick Gettner. And I think Queeners might be playing chase again.
Yeah. Yeah, I was a little worried. He seemed distracted when they came up on that lapped car. He was like, he kind of worked the last minute to go around him. Wasn't quite sure if he was surprised by the vehicle. I mean, we've seen people actually hit the choose cone car because it sneaks up on them.
Yep. So we take a look out there in the chat again. Yes, you're right. As Brian Wiggins out there, your eyes do not deceive you. That outside line will come alive. I think they're just ticking off a few laps. Cordy Porter able to get that car fixed just enough. He is nowhere, shape, or form in contention out there as he's 8 laps down. Is sitting behind his teammate in the 88. And now Avila is in contention as he sits in 5th. We would love to get this guy another win here. But they are just kind of ticking him off here. There's nothing stopping from Avila marching to the outside line, being pushed by Porter and Cope. And Avila could go very well take over the lead. Which, Stella, I believe, that is why the racing became running down toward the yellow line. You can't pass below the yellow line, so it's like backing up to a wall here, and it's easy to fend somebody off who's running on the outside than to fend them off from the inside lane. So that's why you're seeing Jacob Kaplan regain the lead here, pushing out front. And he is able to maintain. I would assume we are not going to have to pit again here. If we do, it's going to be close.
So you think they can go to the end of the race?
It's going to be a scramble. I would assume no. Kaplan, who's been out front with the fresh air to the nose this whole time, may be our guy in trouble.
Ah.
Ooh, Cope falling off here, almost out of the screen. And Hollifield getting out there. Oh.
Okay.
Well, you see how that car pulled Cody Porter out of the lane. That's the door draft yanking him out. That puts Avila
Oh,
into the lead in front of Kaplan.
oh, he cut down on him. He sure did. All right. And we have a returned leader. I was going to say we have a new leader on lap with 24 laps to go.
Yep. So taking over on lap number 69, Johnny Avila gets out front. Oh, Cope.
Hello, Walls.
Well, Cope was following Cody Porter there, and the 45 looked like something aerodynamically grabbed a hold of Cope and slung him to the top. This is not good for Cope, because right now, already falling off pace is Patrick Gettner. And Cope may have to give Gettner a shove here to see if he can help get himself back up to the front. That was a bad move.
Yeah, slingshot.
Here we go. Here comes Cope. He's got an opportunity now. Good
Yeah, he
angle
used
here.
Gettner to stay up, and now he's zipping around him, and he's right back in the mix.
Yep. Notice that outside line does need some help. Hollifield falling off pace. Here comes Cope. Cope taking a look as he runs right about in the middle. Drops down to the bottom as they get round the lapped car again. Cope definitely staying on the pace now. There we go. Does not want to make that mistake again. I always wonder, like, with a driver like Patrick Gettner right now, if he's sitting back, this guy looks like he's got the chance of some speed here getting up front, but he is just hanging back. Whoa, Porter!
Yeah. I'll stay back here, too.
It looked like he hit a rock.
Pothole?
I guess. Ron Hollifield is now going to be wishing he had him up there. Hollifield dropping down to third, and he'll be on the roll backwards. Everybody starting to lean in their chairs. We ride on top here. Patrick Gettner's machine.
Oh, you caught me.
See? No one notices until someone says something. Oh, man.
So the only person that is still remaining in pit road is Mark Sikosi, 27 minutes. They're still working on that engine. But bravo to the other 12 drivers. They are back out on the track in some way, shape, or form.
Yep. Moving from the back, we have Jared Magoon, who's sitting in 12th. Jason Crumley is 11th. Clint Mata 10th. Cody Porter is up here with our lead guys, currently running in 9th. Patrick Gettner and Jeremy Queener as well, but Queener has fallen off pace as he got chucked out of the line, and he is forever back. There he is. Looks like he's trying to run up on the 83 there to help get himself a little speed. I think the 83 was getting ready to punch him there. Probably scared him in the rearview mirror.
That I can see.
We'll see. A lot of things happening out there. Hey, doggy out there. What's up? What is up, my man? Hey, doggy. I'm ashamed, buddy. I thought I'd see you out here on the track tonight. Definitely help our car count and definitely run it up with these guys. Only just now joining us out there. For only one caution here tonight out of our 13 drivers. Ended up catching up with a couple of our guys who ended up nicking each other, and pit road's starting to heat up. But one caution. Ooh. Yeah, don't speed. One caution ended up catching at least 6 of our drivers and maybe more. Mark Sikosi has blown an engine and has come down pit road. All our 40s cars are coming down. Petty Enterprises comes on down. They'll be getting back to it here. Let's move up to Ron Hollifield and Johnny Avila.
Now,
Ready?
I am intrigued. Whee! Patrick Gentner came down at for 8.82 seconds.
Oh, yeah. That's a fuel and go.
Has he been down recently enough to make that a good decision?
Well, Getner has been down pit road 4 times tonight.
Yes.
The most out of anybody. So I think fuel and go is plenty for him. Let's get back out there. Kaplan and Wheeldon, right now, I think it's a good idea that this trio came down. They're not going down there by themselves. If I were Ron Hollifield, his race just ended. He is now out there by himself with no help, and everybody else came down. So he is now stranded. He'll hit pit
That's a
by
shame.
himself.
He's been helping.
Yep. He'll hit pit by himself, so he will need to fuel and go. No tires if he wants any chance, and boy, that looked like he sped in. Holy cow, Cope is getting held.
Oh, that hurt.
Wow. All right, fuel and go for these two guys. Avila with 9.7 seconds. As they are currently getting up to speed, and Kaplan is starting to run them down here. I was going to say, the trio will work. Going out there in doubles is going to be tough. Right now,
You called it on Hollyfield. He did the fuel and go.
Yes, but it is a little too late here. Here we go. That is Hollifield. Watch on the outside. It's currently Andy Reeves with Avila. And it looks like they have caught up with Reeves, so that will assist. And that is why Kaplan has lost any kind of space in here. They've lost Getner. Right now, they've got to make up some sort of ground here, and he's got some choices he needs to make. Inside line. I'd run up on that lapped car and tell him to keep going as Magoon goes down another lap here. They've got to start catching that field. As I said, Stella,
they're working on it.
3s work better than 2s.
Yep.
This is not good.
Yeah, this guy is not going fast enough either.
Yeah, I would give Kaplan a round of applause, though. 2 tires he took. And that is exactly what I would do. If you're already spending that amount of time putting fuel in, it does not cost you any extra time to put tires on.
I believe Shane did the same.
Yep, but I believe, unfortunately, they only took outside tires, which is not the wise move. That costs an extra 2 seconds, which is what it is costing him catching up. Right now, their front pack is holding on to a 5-second lead.
Ouch.
With Reeves and Avila, they've got to figure out how to come up with something. So right now, I would say Andy Reeves sticking it in here. Yeah, Wood Dog out there saying, go Andy Reeves. Reeves has not completed a race this year. Stella, do you have how many he's participated in?
I bet I do.
Normally we see Andy Reeves able to make it out here, I believe, less than 30 laps per race. And is now currently leading Talladega.
Andy Reeves, he's only been in 2 races so far.
Okay. And that's with this one?
No.
Okay.
No. I always have to be 1 race behind for stats.
All right, Jared Magoon coming back down pit road. Last time he was in was over 12 and a half minutes. Ron Hollifield coming down pit road again. See what 27 decides to do here. Hoping this is not going to be him. Tires.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Oh. That's not nice. He only had 14 more laps to go.
All right, Stella, right now we're seeing this one spread out pretty wide now. Andy Reeves is leading this one. Cody Porter sits right behind him. Avila is technically sitting in second. And right now we're looking to see if Shane Wheeldon and Jacob Kaplan can come up with something here. It looks like their time continues to grow on the separation. 8 seconds now off pace. 13 laps left to go. So this is a heartbreaker here for Wheeldon and Kaplan. They are unable to catch back up. Caution is extremely unlikely here.
Yes. But it could happen.
Yeah, I just wonder where loyalty lies here in these top 3 drivers.
They are not teammates.
Unknown on Andy Reeves. He does not join in the Discord like he's supposed to.
Discord. Okay.
Yeah. So a rule that's not enforced. They are going to go ahead and rotate somewhere else. You have no idea how to grab a hold of them, or for interview purposes either.
Yeah, then they miss out on interviews. No biggie. That's their option, I guess. But if you don't finish in the top, I guess it doesn't matter much. All right, so we've got four fellas on the lead lap, correct?
Yes, and that's it.
Andy Reeves, Johnny Avila, Shane Wheeldon, Jacob Kaplan. Finishing out our top 5, Justin Cope would be a lap down, but he is in 5th place.
Yeah, unfortunately with a 50-second pit stop. Yeah, look, you see the setup?
That's got to be
see the switch?
a 40-second hold. Yep.
Yeah, Porter's getting ready to set this one up. I think they're going to push Avila to the win. Wow. I think it's pretty awesome, even from our angle, to see how the teamwork works out here. So you see the setback. Avila now starting to let a little bit of a gap here. This may give him the run. Oh, Andy Reeves going for the block. Yep, here we go. Dooring each other. As Cody Porter pushing Avila out front. Lapped car, get out of the way. Oh my gosh. Move. Look out. Right now, Andy Reeves is trying to cut in between them. Cody Porter's not letting it happen.
No.
I love it. I love it.
Nasty. Oof.
Right now, expect Porter to start giving a shove to Avila here, using the little bit of the door draft as the 29. 29 bumps him.
See what I say? There may still be an option of getting a caution here if these guys keep doing this.
Now, right now, oh yeah!
Oh.
Porter, get off my side!
Oh my goodness.
Well, what Reeves is doing is he's trying to pinch him toward the wall. This gives him no chance to cut down and cut in front of him.
Wow.
Yeah, let me tell you right now, the one with an IQ rating of 100 here is Andy Reeves. You see how it's not allowing anything to happen. No movement can be made by these two, and Reeves is still in the fight. Yeah,
wow.
Expect Porter to
You
hammer him one more time.
Not 100 is not a good thing. Now these two are at it.
Yeah. Reeves back in the lead, half a car length. Cody Porter gonna give him a shove again. Doink.
Whoosh. Oh my goodness, with 8 laps to go, we are going to have one heck of a finish if they keep doing that.
So Cody Porter, 8 laps down, pushing his teammate to the lead. Reeves blocks him out.
Oh, yeah. Oh, this is going to be...
Yeah, Reeves, look at the 88 trying to block. We still have 7 laps left to go. And I don't think this would be the moves I'd be making.
No. No, not I. If they had done this with like 3 laps to go, I could see it.
Yes, but we are still too soon. Avila into the wall.
Oh, there went. Oh, there went Avila. That's. Oh my goodness.
Well, expect
Why
him
do
to
I
turn
have
him.
a feeling?
He's going to
Yes.
turn him.
Why do I have a feeling there's going to be some real caution? That there's going to be some real retribution.
I was going to say, I'm going to tell you, he turned his teammate. He's going to run out there and turn you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness.
Andy Reeves with his chance to be in the lead here for quite some time.
Wow.
I would say from the outside looking in, a little bit of dirty driving out there, and I think they went for payback.
Just a bit.
Wow. All right. Awesome caution here.
Jay says there's a fight in the infield.
Yeah, I'm sure the pit road's starting to heat up. Yeah, wait for it.
No. Oh, wow. No.
And I'm hoping Mark Sikosi's getting ready to send Andy Reeves out of here for that one. Reeves under caution, rear ends the back end of Cody Porter and totals him out here.
Wow.
You know, I'm actually glad we got this on the broadcast because I think we may be actually seeing reality here. If that is the kind of racing we're going to see out of this gentleman, I do not believe that is going to be tolerated here. So Mr. Reeves, yes, has been kicked. He has been sent to the infield, and we will see if he is allowed to return back to this league. That was a dirty move.
That was
even in the case, even if that had happened.
Tantrum?
Yes. Well, right now in the lead, and remember this was pretty nasty here. I do want to take a look. Now notice how Reeves does try to push Avila up into the 7 here with Mata. He's trying to pinch him.
Oh, with the lapped
Yes.
car.
So we'll stay here as watch how Reeves continues riding up the track. See him keep going up the track, hitting into the 88. Now, don't get me wrong, battles are battles, but right there.
Yeah.
I want to know what happens here. Now, notice how that left front fender is folded in. He has been hammering off of him.
Oh, yeah, I can see the tire. Okay.
Yeah, and it ricochets off him, putting 88 into the wall here. Now, 2 wrongs don't make a right, so I kind of shame Cody Porter here as well for this move. As he speeds up, he does get a run on him and sends the 29 the rest of the way around.
Boy, and that's as quick as it happens, too. I mean, all it took was a touch. I'm amazed nobody else got caught up in that one. But I am going to bring up one point. Shane Wielden and Jacob Kaplan are now 1 and 2 again. With the... wow. Yeah, Avila's down in pit now for 2 minutes.
Yeah,
on his
he's
way
got some
out.
damage to that left front. I want to see Andy Reeves here as there's some questions about what happened. So here we are on the pace car, or on the lap car here. Let's see what Reeves looks like. Notice his line, where that seam is. Notice that seam now rotating under us and the driver. Still rotating up. And there goes Avila in the back.
Ah. Okay.
So
Because it was hard for me to tell from the front view that you showed that it wasn't Avila coming down, but I can see way you pointed out there with the seam in the road of it, of him coming up.
Yeah.
But it's both of them, shame on them for, you know,
Yeah. And then
turning
this.
each other like that. So, this was, no, really, really bad.
Yeah, and even Brian Wiggins out there is saying, still had him beat 2-on-1. And that's why I'm trying to give you guys a couple of different angles here of what we're looking at, because yes, there's a spat. There's no doubt about that. I think it's the retaliation, I think, that bothers me.
Yeah. Well, they're here with only, what, 6 laps to go. They've got some, some investment into the race.
Yeah, we'll take a look. I think Cody turned him here. We'll see. Ooh. Did he turn him? Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Holy cow. All right, 4 laps left to go here. We should be getting ready to head under green flag here in just a moment.
All right.
So we will see here. Mr. Reeves has left the server here, is no longer there. Shane Wielden, Jacob Kaplan, Johnny Avila, and Justin Cope are our last drivers on the lead lap. 3 to go. Cope will be in the back here. 50-second pit stop time. Avila came down for 2 minutes. Guarantee it to fix some of that damage over that left front tire.
How in the world did he get such a start from that green flag? Okay.
Yeah, taking a look at it. Bunch of questions out there in the chat. We'll try to answer them as fast as possible. Unknown on the radio. I was not going to broadcast that in case it got ugly. Number 1, yep, hate to see that dirty stuff. I believe you, Wiggins. Trust me, it sickens me. I cannot stand that kind of racing out there. I understand good battles. I don't blame Andy Reeves for trying to use the track to hold, because it was a 2-on-1, so he's had to do what he had to do. But the retaliation, I'm not sure where it started. Was it with Reeves and Avila, or did it start with the 38 getting into Reeves? It's hard to say. I'm not good. We're going to stay impartial and hang back here. Actually, Peter out there is asking, can that come through the rig? Depending on your rig, yes, it can.
Yeah.
I know when I race in my motion rig, spinning around, hammering the wall, it'll give you whiplash. It'll smack you around inside the deal, pull on the seat belts, all that happy stuff. So it definitely hurts. Fortunately, I'm hoping maybe he only has a set of a shifter, set of pedals, and a steering wheel. All right, Stella, let's get back to the race here. White flag is out.
Yes.
Get this one going. Continue this
Kaplan's
drive.
going to have to give a push.
Yep, right now Cope in the lead. Avila trying to sit there and nudge him there. I'm wondering if it was a dirty push here. We'll see. Right now, I think everybody's on edge here from that last caution. Right now, Cope is snugging down on the 44 of Jacob Kaplan. Kaplan wants to get the win, but he has no problem getting his teammate into the front. Notice Petty Enterprises. Inside line, Cope losing ground. Shane Wielden to the line, but watch and see if Kaplan. We may be teammates, but it's time to the line. Here comes Kaplan. Outside, he's got it.
Oh, my goodness. And what happened to Justin Cope?
Cope comes in third.
Did Avila finally give him one push a little too hard?
Oh, 100% got to.
Man.
He's got to. Jacob Kaplan comes away with the win. Shane Wielden second and Justin Cope third.
Oh, be darn. Okay. He sat there as patient as can be all race in second with Shane out front. And then they switched, and then they switched back. My goodness.
Yeah, great job here by Kaplan, hanging on there. I think it has been a long time coming to see this 44 make it in. Great job here.
Yes.
Quick little, oh, no burnout. I think he's a little nervous about the things that happened earlier here in the race.
Well, Jacob Kaplan is currently sitting 13th in the standings, so this should help his placement a lot.
Yeah, I see Malachi 627 out there saying thanks to Cody. Out there, he's just got a little bit of a beef with Cody. Not quite sure what happened out there with Avila or whatnot, but we'll, like I said, we'll definitely keep it under wraps here, and maybe they will figure out what happened. Let's check out here, and here is our finals. Kaplan, Wheeldon, and Cope for our podium positions. Avila just misses it, sitting fourth. Jeremy Queener fifth, and Getner sixth. Mr. Reeves was seventh, finishing in front of Cody Porter by 2 laps. Clint Mata was ninth. Crumley ended up 10th. Sikosi, unfortunately, all the way down in the 13th position, as he's behind Ron Hollyfield and Jared Magoon. I believe most of these drivers, other than Sikosi, I believe, should get points here for being through half the race.
Yes.
So,
yeah, he's the only one that didn't quite make it 50 laps. Jared Magoon made it 54.
Yep. Great job. All right, we'll try to reel
Alicia's
all our
very
guys
happy.
in. Yep. So we'll hear from him here in just a moment as the EA Sports 500 wraps up here. Hold on, guys. All righty, guys, catching up with our third place finisher, Justin Cope. Had a conversation with him before the race about how he felt about this car. A little unsure, man, but seems third place. You feel pretty sure it did quite well out there.
Yeah, we definitely had some stuff go against us for sure, getting on pit road, but apparently something went our way. Finished up here at the end and third somehow. However,
Well, a 50-second pit stop. We assume you sped in, but a interesting caution ended up bringing you back to the top, at least to put you back in contention out there. Talk to me about these Petty Enterprise guys. These definitely, they had a run of 3 cars on the inside. Did you guys have anything for them?
man, I'm telling you that they were staying hooked up. It did not matter where you went; they were not breaking away. And when you get a group of guys like that together, I mean, it's hard to do anything with. Right now, me and Sikosi working together. You know, we had to work with Johnny and Cody there for a little while, and it was still hard to get around them. And I mean, they prevailed, obviously.
Yeah, no, Queener was off pace here most of the night. I think he lost the draft first thing of the race, which kind of took your trio team down to 2 immediately. Hopefully you guys are able to square that away, as this is the last race here in the regular season for the EA Sports 500, man. You come in third. We'll tell you how you can do it Chicagoland in the playoffs. Go ahead and give me a shout-outs here, buddy, and talk about the sponsors on the car.
Yeah, shout out to my friends and family watching, and just appreciate the guys that are showing up, and hopefully we can bring more in. And appreciate you guys for doing a great broadcast every week.
All right, Justin Cope, hang in there, buddy. I guarantee the fights are still going on in the infield. Hang in. See you next week.
All right, have a good one.
You too. All righty. Well, Shane Wielden. Shane had a lead out there, but yeah, teammates are always teammates until the end. Shane, man, you stuck it out here, definitely pushing a bunch of drivers up to the front, especially your own teammates. Talk to me about how hair-raising it is racing 3 wide.
Well, it's crazy. And you didn't get very many cautions, so my arms and shoulders are killing me, and you can feel your heart just pumping in your chest when you're 3 wide and you're pushing and you're trying not to wreck the person in front of you. You're just trying to get them out there in front of everybody else and try to keep you guys' momentum going. So I love it. I love super speedway racing. It's nerve-wracking, but I love it.
Some people say it's just a guy getting out there making left turns on a big, wide track, but you are 200 miles an hour. You guys aren't running a straight line. Everybody's wiggling out there. Even when they pop to the side and give you a little fresh air to the nose, you do have to make a checkup out there because you'll actually start picking up speed. You know, when people say things like that, you know, how do you respond?
They really don't know what they're talking about, especially these cars where the bumpers don't match up. Your front bumpers, your rear bumpers don't match up. So if you're offset, if you're not square, if you hit them too hard, you can lift the rear tires off the ground. It looks easy, but there's a lot that goes into it.
Oh yeah, definitely feathering the throttle, maybe hovering the left foot over the brake sometimes, giving a good push. Where to push? Oh yeah, there's a lot of things that go into it, and especially over 200 miles an hour, you can see one little nudge ends up bringing out our first caution here of the night, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, you were pretty close involved with that. I think you were the car that got in contact there with Mark Sikosi. Not saying you were at fault. Sikosi did come down, look like into your nose. But when Avila came down, it kind of pushed you to the front and closed that gap pretty quick.
Yeah, I mean, these cars suck up pretty fast, and Mark was really close when he came down. If I would have got out of the throttle anymore, and I did, I would have got ran over from behind. So it's a balancing act. I mean, I hate that it happened. Mark's me, you know, I haven't had any instances in this league. The previous years I ran it, and so far this year, I take a lot of pride in driving clean and not ruining people's races. So I felt really bad about it, but it's a balancing act. How much do you left the throttle? Do you drag the brake? Do you take a chance getting ran over from behind? When it's that close, it's milliseconds.
Oh yeah, guys shifting back and forth. Brian Wiggins is congratulating you out here in the chat. Awesome job here from Penny Enterprises coming up from the back. I guarantee you a little help back there from Patrick Gettner definitely helped, as well as the three of you guys lined up and ran it out to the end. So Chicagoland's next week. Tell me how you feel about that track, and go ahead and get your shout-outs while we got you here.
Me and Patrick and Jacobs ran together for 3 years, and we love racing together, and as long as one of us wins, we're happy. Jacob saw that run come on the outside, and he just did what he had to do to secure a first and second place finish for us. So I really appreciate his help. I want to thank Jeff Woods for watching the races. My guy, you know, a couple guys I work with, Peter Slowick and Stacy Slowick, they watch all my races. Go over to Facebook and follow Slowick stuff on Facebook. They're really good people. They're fun people, and they support the broadcast by being in the chats. They support me every night I race. I race on 4 different leagues. So I really appreciate you guys. I appreciate my teammates and my painter at Impact Sim Designs, JD Marauder. Go over there and get you some paints. He's cheapest guy on the internet. So he's on Facebook also. Impact Sim Designs.
Impact Sim Designs. Excellent. I've always been looking for somebody for some paints. Awesome job, man.
Yeah,
Shane Wielden.
It's without the suit and helmet, it's $15, and if you want a hero card, it's $25. If you want a suit and helmet, you probably add another 5 or 10 onto that. So he's a great guy. He does about any paints you want. Couldn't ask for any better teammates. You guys are awesome on the broadcast. I love listening to you guys, watching the races back. Thanks, Mark and Justin, for putting this on. Wish we get more cars, but there's a lot of leagues out there. So
yeah, it's definitely everybody slitting each other's throat trying to get there. Shane Wielden, congratulations, man. Appreciate you telling me about that. Not many painters do hero cards, so I might have to really look into that. Impact Designs. All right, cool.
Yeah,
Shane,
good guy.
Great job, buddy, and we'll see you in Chicagoland.
All right, thank you.
Oh yeah. All right, man. Oh man. Finally coming in to the number 1 spot is Jacob Kaplan. Awesome job, buddy. We have been watching you out here for quite some time, and you made it happen out front. Talk to me about this race and how nerve-wracking it is racing around with a bunch of drivers that are pretty hot-headed.
Oh man, super speedway racing is always so scary. You just got to try to survive. Like that was my mindset in the beginning of the race, just to survive. And it worked out in the end for us. Like that caution came out, we were 8 seconds back, so it gave us a lucky break. So I guess staying clean really helped us out.
Man,
Yes.
yeah, no kidding. With the amount of speed that you were able to put out here tonight, teammates are teammates, but when it comes down to the last lap, man, things got to happen at that dog leg.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like honestly, I was planning on pushing Shane to the win because like I thought we were all going to be lined up side by side, but he got too far ahead of him, and I saw that run coming on the outside. So I tried to block it and kill the momentum, but Cope gave me that huge push, and it pushed me to the win. So it's like, okay, well, I mean, at least we still finished 1 and 2. I just wanted a petty 1 and 2 finish. We finally got it.
It definitely worked. Even Jay out here in the chat saying the petty car won just like the real race with a fight happening on in the infield. So there were a lot of things going on out here. Hopefully this does not carry over into the playoffs since this is the end of the regular season. We move to Chicagoland next week. How, after a win, does this help your confidence level with us moving on, and what's next for Petty Enterprises and the Hot Wheels machine?
Oh yeah, a win's always a good thing. It's always a confidence builder. I don't even know if I'm in the chase, to be honest with you, because I was 13th in the standings coming in. So I hope I'm in, because I would like to build on this momentum for the chase, but I guess we'll see. But for Petty, I mean, we just got to have fast setups. We got to keep the setups going and hopefully get some speed every week from now on, or from here on out.
All right, for anybody out there who may be a little nervous about open setups, what is the biggest modification that you made to get some speed into this car tonight?
Oh man, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know the first thing about setting up a car. I just know how to like adjust during the race, like tire pressure, to get a tighter or loose car. My teammates Patrick and Shane, they're the ones that set up these cars, so I give them the credit because I'm like I said, I don't know the first thing about setting up a car. I just rely on them and trust them.
All right, man. Awesome. All right. Hey, shout-outs, because I believe I have Miss Kaplan out here saying, yippee, my Jacob won.
Yeah, that's my mom. Hi, Mom. Thanks for watching. Another shout-out, my teammates too, Patrick and Shane. Like, they keep me calm during the race. Because, like, I honestly, on the radio, I can kind of get like Kyle Busch. I get really frustrated during the race. So they keep me calm. So I'm definitely giving them a shout-out. And then another guy who's not in our league, his name is Alex Encarnacio. Top Split Setups. He also helped us with our setup, so I want to thank him too.
Awesome job. Jacob Kaplan, I think it's been a long time coming to see you in Winner's Circle, man. You definitely made it happen, and we'll see you at Chicago.
Yep, see you then.
All righty. Stella, awesome race here tonight. Little bit of a tussle up here at the end, and I got to say, some things are going to be said. People are going to be upset. I would say retaliation is never the right way to go or to get even, but we know how things happen. Normally, that's a short track thing.
I don't know. I think it all has to do with time and investment, or investment in time. You're looking at guys that have set up their cars. They've gone 90 laps. They can see it. They can taste it. It's right there. So yeah, it's it happens.
Well, hopefully they are able to calm down, and maybe there's maybe there's a way that this can be repaired, but I'm not sure. You definitely don't want to do it. I could see this during a practice, but not during a race, and not during when guys are trying to battle to get themselves into playoff positions. So that is pretty rough. I do appreciate all you guys out here for watching this, the NSR League here on SimTraX Broadcasting. We brought to you the EA Sports 500 with Jacob Kaplan, Shane Wielden, and Justin Cope. And Cope has been on a roll here as of late. Hot, as his consistency is definitely paying off. He is going to be a tough driver to beat. He may not be winning all the races out there, but he has definitely placed himself in a bunch of top fives out here. So we'll see if that continues to go on. Peter, yep, great. It's great to see you too, buddy. See you at Chicagoland, especially you two, Jay, and hopefully Brian Wiggins comes out of Texas and he is able to get back into the ring. But from all of us here at SimTraX Broadcasting, bringing you the NSR League, be well, be safe, be kind. We'll see all you guys next time.